after the breaks. You're What's going on? What's going on? Another week, another recap of After the Breaks. Make sure everybody goes and checks out Here Comes the Breaks, a collaborative podcast between Def Jam, Double Elvis, and iHeartRadio. It's everywhere you listen to your podcast. What's going on? What's going on today? Super lucky. We got LA the Great joining us. We got Nikki Lynette joining us. I am Mouse Jones. I am your host, as I've been for the past 4 or 5 weeks. Huge happy birthday to Kanye. Happy birthday to Kanye. Where y'all from? Everybody let me know where you from. 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 Where y'all from? Tap in. Where you from? Texas in here. Chicago in here. Elmhurst, Queens. What's good? South Africa, Virginia. I see Norfolk in here. Heavy Chicago. Heavy on the Chicago. New Orleans in here. What's happening? What's happening, little brother? Florida in here. Jersey in here. Heavy on the Jers. Cleveland's in here. I see more Jersey. Miami in here. Poughkeepsie, okay. Charlotte, Maryland. I see everybody in here. Okay.
Yo,
LA, what's good, my boy?
what's going on, homie?
How you? Ain't nothing, man. How you holding it?
I'm doing good, doing good.
Already. You in Florida right now?
Yeah, I'm in Tampa, man. They be fucking me up so bad because sometimes they be like, y'all on LA time, then y'all on New York time. I don't be knowing when.
Yeah, I was trying to make sure. I was like, is he at LA? Where's he at? So I know.
Yeah,
You know what I
nah, I'm
mean?
from Tampa. That's just my name. That's my initial. You feel me? LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get Nikki in here, and then we could kick this thing off properly. Nikki, I'm sending you another request if you're still in there. All right. So, I mean, listen, while we wait for, we could jump into it, how we jump into it. First and foremost, how's your mental health today, brother?
Oh, I'm always good, man. I'm always
That's
good.
what I like to hear.
I don't let stuff bother me. You know.
That's what I like to hear. And that shit gotta be rough, especially in Florida right now, which y'all seeing the way it is. Like,
No, I mean, when you live here and you see it every day, it's just like every day, like you would see up north. Like it's just like it just look. The media gonna make it look better than what it is, but it's everyday shit.
right. So, tell the people who may not know, let them know who you are, where you from, how you got your start, how you got to the illustrious Def Jam recordings.
I mean, well, first of all, I'm LA the GOAT. You feel me? I'm out of Tampa, Florida, not Miami, not Fort Lauderdale. And I'm from Tampa, which is like Central Florida. You feel me? But I started out just freestyle on the block, shit, in the trap, hanging out with my homeboy. I ain't never sold no hard drugs or nothing, so I ain't no
Right.
like from the bottom and shit. I had like a pretty normal life growing up. I just jumped in the streets, you feel me, on account of my own thing, just trying to see what's going on. But yeah, ended up actually with So Def, and then we got a partnership to the major Def Jam. But
Mm.
it was Jermaine Dupri who asked me, you feel me, like basically, he see me rapping over Money and the Thing on
Right.
Instagram, and then he DM'd me, and we went to talking, and then from there on, like we were just like, he signed me like 2 months later,
Mm.
and we've been going up ever since.
Nikki, what's going on?
Hey y'all, I ain't mean to interrupt your story, baby. I was listening. Go ahead.
But yeah, nah. So basically, it was like just like I don't know, probably like fate, because he was like, man, I don't even sign dudes off Instagram. So I was signed before I met anybody in person, because I got signed during quarantine. So
Right, right.
just an honor.
Fire, fire. Did you always wanna rap? Or was it something that, your
I always
homeboys
wanted,
kinda
yeah, kind of like that. Cause I want to be rich, you feel me, by any means. So it was like my home was like, man, rap. But at the time, like, man, this rap shit ain't paying no money. You got to spend more money to actually be a rapper than you making. So at first,
definitely.
I quit like 8 times. You feel me? But I always quit and I bounced back. I was like, I just love rapping, so it just came with the territory.
Fire, fire. Nikki, after a few technical difficulties, we got you. We got you on here. Nikki, introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who you are, what you do, why you're so fire, why you are part of so many dope podcast movements.
See, I need you to introduce me like that all the time. That shit good for my ego. My name is Nikki Lynette. I'm a social impact artist, so I sing, rap, write, produce, and make films, and everything I do is about mental health. I'm also a bad bitch.
Hello.
I live with a mental health issue. I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and I talk about it in everything I do. I'm not fucking ashamed of it. And I am the host of a Double Elvis podcast called About a Girl, and it launched on Monday, and it's the tip.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
congratulations,
congrats.
congratulations. All right, so let's jump into it. This is After the Breaks. Every week I recap the latest episode of Here Comes the Breaks by Double Elvis, Def Jam, and iHeart. And this week, LA the Great was on there.
The GOAT.
LA the GOAT. I'm sorry, LA the
yeah.
GOAT. LA the GOAT. He was on there. Now, this is technically your second appearance on the show. Technically.
Yeah, technically.
Because 2 episodes ago, they took the picture with you outside the venue in New York. They took the picture with you. And now this week, you sit down with Ruben, a.k.a. Mask On, and you kind of have a conversation about your scene and the kind of like what you said earlier, things up where you're from and always wanting to associate you with like other acts. Let me ask you in real life, how difficult, if at all, how difficult is it to like set your sound apart from the major sounds that came from Florida? Like you got Miami bass, you got Rick Ross, you have T-Pain, who is also from Tampa. So how tough is it, if at all, to set a sound yourself?
I mean, T-Pain from Tallahassee. Too.
Okay.
Yeah. But so basically, it's like you just be yourself. Like Rick Ross don't sound like he's from Miami, because if you hear like majority of Miami music, it's like stick, like the upbeat dancing, and Rick Ross is more of a lyricist. And then what T-Pain, he kind of like created a whole sound that you hearing now with all the auto-tune rappers, which ain't nothing wrong with it, you feel me? But it's like when you have people like T-Pain and Rick Ross, you ain't got no choice but to like try to find your own sound, because it's like you don't want to be out here sound like everybody. So basically, what I do is I just go and like think about like real life shit that I've been through and what I like do and what I do on a day-to-day basis, and I just put it out however it comes like more natural. So it's just basically like it's a feeling. Like I don't go to the studio because I'm scheduled to. I go because I go out the vibe. Like if I feel like I can put something down, that's when I go.
Dope. I want to ask, without it sounding like too salacious, is it tough to be a young artist from Florida right now, to get your own look without having to associate yourself with it's not drill, but the kind of music that's out right now that's that's kind of drill inspired, that's kind
Yeah,
of
they
taking
call it
over
like
Florida?
spin music,
Right,
Like, yeah.
right.
I mean, nah, not really, because I don't do that type of stuff. So you feel me? It's like, it ain't hard to create a fan base because that's what the people want to see now, like different stuff. Not to say they tired of it, but everybody rapping about, oh, they got this Thursday shooting this, that, and the third. So like, people want to hear more realistic raps and things that's really going on in the street. Not to say those things aren't going on. It's just like everybody ain't doing that.
Okay, I got you. Um, and Nikki, I guess my question to you is kind of similar. Like, is it hard to carve out your own space? Well, not hard. Is there any pushback when trying to carve out your own space, in what you do as a social impact artist, amidst such a reckoning of sorts when everyone is kind of discussing openly with their mental health issues and wellness? Do you see yourself kind of getting looped in with everyone else, or is it still a space for you to make your own?
Nah, hell nah, because I helped pioneer this movement. I was talking about mental health on Afropunk in a video series in
Mm-hmm.
2016 when I first
Mm-hmm.
came out about it. And the difference is, like, a lot of the people that are talking about mental health right now, I'm not talking about the actual diagnosis. Like, I actually talk about the fact that I am diagnosed with a mental health issue. This shit is real. And I also talk about like how in this last episode of the podcast, he was talking about being on his meds. He was talking about his anxiety. Not everybody is that open and vulnerable. And when it comes to
Mm.
mental health, it's more than just I feel bad, I take drugs to be okay. Like, it's way more than that. It's also
Mm.
like being accountable for yourself. It's also how other people that you love and know don't be there for you. Like, there's so many more avenues for it. So for me, it's not like hard because don't nobody do what I do. Like, I've written a play about it that sold out in Steppenwolf. I wrote a film about it. I'm getting flown to Montreal in August for the first film festival it got accepted into. And
Fire.
I just got picked up for a full run of the play. I haven't even announced that yet.
Fire.
So for me, no, it's not like I'm not really competing with nobody because don't nobody else do exactly what I do. Like, that's even my visual art back there.
Okay.
Like,
Got you.
I do so many different things and ain't nobody else, in my lane doing what I do. But I do think that it's good. There's way more people now talking about mental health because when I first got diagnosed, when I first tried to kill myself, they were not talking about it. I was one of the first. So you can't like bump people off when it's a space that they help create.
Got you. I like the way you did that. I like the way you. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, but it was real respectful. You know what I mean? So let's jump into the episode, right? So one of the things I noticed was today, Ruben, like, he broke away from this like view that his parents had of him, of this perception, right? Like he said like, I'm not going to keep hiding my anger, disappointment to match this view you have of me, right? So I want to ask LA to go. I want to ask Nikki, have you ever felt a need or obligation to match up how your parents seen you or their idea of how you should be or who you are? I guess I'll start with you, Nikki.
All day. I mean, for me, like, I'm a Black alternative chick, so I'm into like, like metal and like alternative music, that type of stuff. And I was a tomboy coming up too. And my mom was like not with the shits, so she didn't like it. And like one thing that he said in this episode was that he's tired of having to be their perfect son.
Yeah.
And it's something that he feels pressure about all the time. And I know like anybody who had a parent who was about their business can kind of relate to that. When your parents are on it, they expect you to be on it in the same way as they are, not realizing they were just kind of opening the door for you and you should be able to do your own thing.
What about you, LA to go?
I mean, like, as far as like my parents, my dad, he ain't really got no say so. But my mom, she always been like, just do what like make you happy. But she also used to be like, go get a job and shit like that too. But it's like they don't see how you see it at first. So like I ain't never tried to fit in what they seen. But my parents kind of like not like free willy did it, but basically like it was on some shit like whatever you do, I'm support it as long as it's positive. So I always like doing my kind of own thing.
Now I know you said your dad doesn't really have a say so. Could I lean into that just a little bit? Like,
Yeah. I ain't tripping.
Is it just because typical, like, some people just listen to their mother more, or is it because maybe he wasn't around and like how does that
play itself into, you know, being a man?
I mean, I got like older homeboys in the street that kind of like showed me the road. Cause my dad, like, he live around the corner, but it's like he live around the corner, but it's still so distant at the same time. But like he don't really know me like that. Like he ain't really try to like figure me out to understand it. He just only come around when I was being bad. So it's like if every time I see you, you gonna whoop my ass, I don't want to be around you.
Wow.
Like if we try to understand what's going on first before you come, you feel me, like on some bullshit. So that's basically like, that's why, you know, me and my mom, and we just do our own thing.
That's huge. That's huge for like anybody, because anybody at this point could be a father. There's no age start anymore. So it's like to hear that, right? And it's like, do you know, as a parent, or if even you start thinking about in future when you want to be a parent, that fine line between disciplinarian and parent, right? Like you don't want to separate those two. You don't want the kid to have to see you as this person who always gonna bring the pain. Like it's like,
nah, but it gotta make sense. It gotta be like, if you gonna bring the pain, be done explain to me like, okay, this is why. Don't just, you feel me? Because then I'm still not gonna know what to do or whatever. So it's like, cause like, okay, for example, your parents say if somebody hit you first, hit them back. Growing up, I'm pretty sure everybody parent that told them that. But
absolutely.
But if you in school and hit somebody back, you get suspended. So so now I'm confused because you whooping my ass, I got suspended. But you said hit somebody to hit me back. So it's like communication is key, and like parents, like older parents, they don't really feel like they gotta communicate. It's like what I say go, and it's like there's for like a person who like was raised like that, you know, it's kind of hard not to like stir to the wrong path or like go one way real hard, because you don't want to go and keep getting your ass beat. So it's like, I'm just stay away, and you know, staying away, you're gonna learn a lot of shit on your own. You're gonna get a lot of trouble and shit too. So you know, it's just like basically like you gotta find a balance, and everybody like balance different, but you know, you gotta find your own.
So in this, it's funny you said that. It's funny we're talking about this because in the episode right after that, Ruben, after your interview, after your amazing interview, Ruben finds out that he has been invited to Viral Villa, which I guess in real life can be a liken to like the TikTok house, where all these creators are invited, all these digital creators are invited to just hang out and essentially create. Now, Ruben is still on punishment from lying about the podcast and sneaking out. But also he has to fly across the country to do this. He asked his parents, and they're like, absolutely not. You're bugging. Hell no. You're still grounded, and you trying to leave. It's a no. I want to know, has your parents or has this ever happened to you guys in regards to your dream where there was something parental in the way and you had to find a way around it or find a way to maneuver?
I mean, like, when I was little, I actually, like, had dropped out of high school and ran away from home because I was, like, artsy. I had started growing my dreads and shit. Like, you know, like, they didn't really understand me. And so I ran away just because I wasn't happy. It had been, like, some family stuff that had happened, and nobody listened to me about it. So I just ran away because I thought that I had to. And, like, what's interesting about this episode is that when your parents are too strict on you, at some point you're going to rebel. That's anybody. That's human nature. And so his way of rebelling was to buy a ticket and fly out to LA. It was kind of
too early. We got to get there. We got to get there. We try to get there. Okay. What about you, LA to go? Has there ever been a time where, you know, just through parenting, not even through anything malicious, just through parenting, well, you know, was Mama Dukes ever like in the way of the dream, or, you know, you're like, hey, Ma, I could do this. And she's like, nah, no, you can't.
No, I ain't never get that. Only thing she get in the way of, if I wanted like girls in out of her house, now she gonna say something about that. Other than that, like, she down with it, as long as if it make money, it makes sense. At the end of the day, yeah. So like, I told her, like, you know, I ain't never tell her I was gonna rap. She just started hearing my music like outside in the streets and stuff like that, and then like that's how they found out I was rapping. So
that's fire. Okay. I want to talk about for a minute Ruben's paranoia, right? Ruben in this episode has seemed more and more paranoid. He's thinking about his parents and what they might think of him in this podcast. Now he's thinking about Marco and Janelle. Now he's also thinking about, is he gonna be forgotten about? Like, is this paranoia? And I guess Nikki, you could speak more to this. Is this paranoia a direct result of his anxiety?
I mean, yeah, because when you have anxiety, it's like this automatic fight or flight response, right? Like anxiety, the way I
Which we
always
seen
explain it.
earlier in the series when he ran off when he was supposed to meet LA the GOAT, he ran off the line because he thought they was about to get caught.
It's like this fight or flight thing. Like if you was in the water and you saw a shark, you would panic, right? You'd be like, oh shit, I see a shark thing. Like that's what anxiety is like. And so like it has you, it's called being hypervigilant, where you always looking for something that could go wrong because you expect something to go wrong, which is usually how shit ends up going wrong.
Have you LA to GOAT, like as you're getting more successful, you got the deal now, more and more people are getting inoculated with the music. Are you starting to sense some of that type of paranoia where you're like, what's this person around for? Or, let's not go over here. I'm kind of too big. What, is that starting to sink in?
Like, I don't really do like the too big stuff because, like, again, you can't forget where you came from. But it's like me, everybody know in my city I'm blunt. So, like, if I don't feel like being bothered in the city, I'm going to tell you, like, hey, not today. But, you do have them places where you go and everybody just doing the absolute most. And you're like, oh, my God, I went to school with y'all. Why y'all acting like this? So, like, yeah, and no, because it's like, I know how to just, like, stay in the house when I don't feel like, when I'm in that mood or, like, you feel me, I don't feel like talking and being around people, I just stay in the house. But, like, I had to understand, once you in the limelight, like, you're going to have to talk. Like, so, like, you got to understand how to, like, balance it out. Like I said, it's just about balance. That's it.
Beautiful. So like I said, Ruben's becoming way, way, way more paranoid than we've seen in earlier episodes. Especially this episode, he mentioned him more than once about Janelle and Marco's budding relationship. I mean, if there is one, right? Has he become so attached to the project in Mask On that he's starting to kind of use the persona to advocate for himself in real life, in these very real life situations?
People do that, like people, like even Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, like you know what I'm saying? Like people have these other personas that help them be brave about shit that they can't do in real life. So it might be. I think we'll find out more in the next couple episodes because he's starting to say like, nah, I want to be the face of this, but that ain't even what it started to. That ain't even why he started doing it. That ain't even what it was originally about. So we'll see.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, I was about to say. I seen you was about to say something, LA.
No, people do a lot of stuff to escape the reality of things, the harsh reality of stuff. Some people cope with drugs, just all type of things. So I guess his coping mechanism is just basically like, I'm going to just act like I'm the face of it. I'm the forefront, you feel me? And then, like, if that's the case, I don't really have to do it as much as the rest of the people, as long as I'm the face of it. But like she said, I think it'll be different. Like, the next couple of episodes, we'll learn more.
Because what we're starting to see is because, like, in the past 2 to 3 episodes, we've seen Mask On kind of advocate, or him using the Mask On persona to advocate for himself, standing up to his parents, standing up to anxiety. Now we're seeing kind of the not so good part of that, to where, well, you know what? I want to ask that because it does pose a rather good question. If he came into this and he wants to use the Mask On persona to like kind of hide behind, isn't it a good thing that he now wants to be upfront with it and kind of say, I'm going to reveal myself to the world?
I think he didn't really think it through. Because what he gonna do is he gonna make it so he no longer has an outlet. So where he gonna channel all that anxiety now? Where he gonna work through this stuff now? You know what I'm saying? I think something gonna happen where it's not gonna work out. But it's probably gonna be for the best if it don't. Because having that outlet seems to be really important, especially for people that are working through anxiety, like at an early point of having it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. And last but not least, he got out. He's sneaking out. He went and he got the credit. First of all, I wish my parents got me a credit card for emergencies when I was that age. That was not going down in my house. But yes, Ruben used the emergency only credit card to buy a flight. He's going to LA. He's doing this in defiance of his parents and in secrecy to his teammates, Janelle and Marco. What is this? What is this? Who is this Ruben? Like, what is this happening right now, Nikki?
It seems like he acting like a little spoiled kid, low key, because I ain't had no credit card neither. So on one hand, you don't want to be your parents' perfect kid, but on the other hand, you're using their credit card to buy flights. You confused and you're not thinking.
But you know, it's in different households. They have in a different household. But in my household, you better not touch no credit card. But you know, that's just different. That's just different. Because I ain't going way across the country.
That's like a different level.
Yeah, you feel me? That just like going to the team night of the party when you're supposed to. Okay, that's different. But you going fly across the country.
Right.
Yeah, no, that would have been a different type of ass whooping.
Let me ask y'all this to end on a high note. What's the most rebellious, defiant thing you did growing up?
I done did so much shit, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I done did a lot of shit. So like, I probably say the one I remember the most is I went to Orlando, which is like 45 minutes from Tampa during Classic weekend when I wasn't supposed to, but I got caught because I couldn't resist like posting my outfit on MySpace.
No.
I would have never got caught. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I was rebellious. I was on some rebellious shit. Like, man, fuck it, I'm already caught. Like, they gonna see this drill.
But that's funny you said that because that's the same thing Ruben said. Ruben was like, "Well, I'm already
like,
grounded. Y'all already trying to shut my dream down. I might as well go full force."
Yeah. But it's like it just levels like full force. Like just fly anything can happen when you're in LA. Like it's LA, so it's like
right.
The worst thing I ever did was drop out of high school and run away from home for a few months and cross dress like a boy so I wouldn't get caught.
Oh damn!
Wait, so you was dressing as a boy? So you dropped out of school?
Yeah, I did.
Then you ran away, and to not get caught, you dressed up like a boy?
Yeah, and I got away with it for a few months. When they caught me though, they locked my ass up in the crazy place. It was wild.
What was
I
your
talk
boy?
about it in my play. I talk about it in my film and my play, Get Out Alive. But
what was your boy name? What was your boy alias?
Nick.
I mean, of course.
Well, listen, do you guys, if y'all didn't listen ahead, I didn't listen ahead. I like being surprised every week. So if y'all haven't listened ahead, what are some of you guys' predictions? What's gonna happen next week?
I think that his people. Oh my bad, somebody called. I think that his people gonna fly out there.
Okay.
And then they come to get his ass, and then it's gonna be a lot of sham. Like it's gonna be a lot going on.
It's gonna be some Frank Mitchell Moesha going on.
Yeah, for real.
What about you, Nikki? What do you predict's gonna happen next week?
I hope that don't happen to him. I hope it's just like he decide not to go because he understands that it's not the best thing for the podcast for him to do that to his friends and to do that with his parents. I hope that's what it is, but what he said sounds better. So
yeah. The mess always sounds better.
The mess always sound. That's why LA the Ghost my kind of guy.
Yeah.
The mess is always better.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys. I appreciate y'all. That's been our time. So before we get out of here, Nikki, LA, tell the people where they can find you, support you, listen to music, watch plays, all of that.
My name is.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna go first since you like the big star. I'm gonna let you go last and close it out. Since your whole fan club is here in the comments. My name is @Nikki Lynette on everything. My film is in a couple festivals right now, and I'm about to drop the play. If you want more info about it, just follow me on social media because I'm always talking about it, and I'm always talking about mental health. If you don't like talking about mental health, don't fuck with me.
And I'm LA the Goat. You can find me at LA the Goat 813 on everything, Snapchat, Twitter. Def Jam got me with all TikTok and everything. Instagram where I really be at though. And like, if you gonna follow me, like, just know like I don't really got no filter. So if I think something funny, I'm gonna post it. If I think so just tread lightly.
And I am your host, Mouse Jones. I will see you guys on After the Break next week. In the meantime, in between time, make sure you catch up on this week and all of the weeks prior of Here Comes the Break. You can find it everywhere you listen to podcasts. Also, make sure you check out Nikki's podcast on Double Elvis About a Girl. Make sure you stay tuned to hear all the great releases coming from LA to GOAT in the next coming weeks. And I will see y'all right here next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes,
Hey.
sir. Peace.
Bye.